Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel AMR Kartavya. I am Aishita and today I am going to start a new chapter of civics of class 7, that is equality in Indian democracy. First of all, we should know the meaning of chapter name. Okay, equality in Indian democracy. What is democracy? Democracy is a form of government in which people, means we people, elect their own representatives. And India is a democratic country. Why is it so? Because in India, we, the people of India, choose our own representatives, prime minister, CMs, and all. And in a democratic country like India, every adult that is age of 18 plus can cast their vote or elect their representative irrespective of their caste, color, irrespective of the education he have had, or rich or poor. He can cast their vote or elect their representative. This is called universal adult franchise. Okay, now our chapter name is Equality in Indian Democracy. What does it mean? It means every person of India have should have equal right in every field, whether it is in education, whether it is in eating, whether it is in living areas, or getting opportunities in everything. People of India should be treated equally in every field, in every aspect. So, this chapter begins with the story of Kantabai, who lives in a slum area, and right now she is standing in a line to cast her vote. She is a domestic worker and her friend Sujata is also a domestic worker. They both are standing in the line to cast their vote. They both are talking that that they are treating equally, because every person in the line, whether it is businessman, teacher, consultant, media person, government officer, they all the persons are standing in a one line to cast their vote. They are discussing that there is not another line for rich or poor. There is a equal line, so they are right now in a line. Right now they are feeling that they are treating equally. Now her friend Sujata told her that it's your turn, Kanta, to cast your vote. Go. Now Kanta is on the standing booth right now and she is thinking that she will give the vote to that candidate who has promised to bring water pipe in her area. Obviously guys, if I will cast my vote, then I will think I will give vote to that person who will good something, who will do something good for me. So Sujata was thinking that I will give vote to that person who will bring who has promised to bring water pipe in her area. Now they both are going for home back, and Kantabai told her friend Sujata that her daughter Gudiya is suffering from high fever, is running from high fever, and but she has to go to her sahib's house and complete her work first, and she had to borrow some money for her daughter's medicine. Okay, because she cannot take leave. She went back and she promised her daughter that in the evening when she gets back she will take her to the hospital. Hospital. And at the sahib's house, the employer, after the hard work of cleaning house and all thing, she asks employer for money. When she get when and then she gives her some money and say that, Kantabai, please don't make habit of it, then I'm going to give you money again and again. So Kantabai says, no ma'am, no madam, I will not ask money again and again. So as her day goes on, Kantabai becomes less certain about what equality means. Why? Because in the evening, because her day starts with the standing a line to cast her vote. At that time, she was feeling that every person of the country is treating equally. Why? Because uh, every person standing in the line to cast their vote is irrespective of their occupation, irrespective of their caste, irrespective of their religion. Every person is standing in the line. But now she is thinking right now that Jane Sahab, that is government officer or businessman, can stand in a same line to cast their vote. But if but they cannot stand in a line when their children are sick, because she is poor. She was poor. Kantabai was poor. This is the reason she had to take her daughter to the government hospital, and again she had to stand in a long line to to for her checkup. Kantabai is one of the many people who lives in a democratic country, who can cast their vote to elect their representatives, but whose living and working conditions are far from equal. Kantabai is feeling unequally right now because of their financial condition. Apart from being poor, there are different kinds of inequality in different kinds of equality that also exist in India. Now let us discuss two more story of Om Prakash Valmiki and Mr. and Mrs. Ansari, who also feel different types of inequality. Number one story of Om Prakash Valmiki. Om Prakash Valmiki, he is a Dalit writer. Is a Dalit writer. You know the Dalit means? Dalit means we can say that broken or lower caste people who are broken in every field, in every aspect of life. Om Prakash Valmiki is a Dalit writer. Written is the biography of Om Prakash Valmiki ji. He writes in her biography that when he was a child, then he was treated unequally in her class, in her school, or in his own school. He had to sit in the floor, and when he goes to sit on that on the floor, the other students of the class can could take the mat off him also. So he had to sit on the floor, on the gate, and the teachers at that time, because he was a Dalit, he was a lower caste student, the teachers tell him to clean all the school, all the playground, all the windows, all the doors, and every day. He was a boy of fourth class. He was studying that time at fourth class. He says that the playground was so big, and he was so small. Obviously, a fourth class student is so small. He was so small that, and playground was so big, and he had to clean all day long to clean that playground. And even he was not allowed to drink a glass of water also. He was not allowed to drink a water also. He was not allowed to sit and eat food with them, with other students also, with other students of his class also. He written in his biography that all the students and teachers from the classes, from the windows, has eyed on him. Om Prakash Valmiki was made to sweep the playgrounds and the whole school for the next couple of days, until his father was passing through the school and saw his son, that his son is sweeping the school. He then confronted the teachers that how did you do so. you are our teachers. And then he hold his son's hand and walked away from the school, and he loudly says to the teachers that not only he, like him, other students will also study in this school only. So this is a you can think as this is the story of a small boy where teachers where he stated unequally in his class by other students and his teachers also. You know, other story other story is about Mr. and Mrs. Ansari. As we can as we can guess by their names that Mr. and Mrs. Ansari are Muslim people. They are in a big city right now, and because they are rich people, so they wanted to buy a house on rent. So they contacted a property dealer that will help them to find a place to live on rent. They had money, so money was not the problem for them. They property dealer knew some places, knew some houses that are for rent. They went to the first apartment, and Mr. and Mrs. Ansari liked that apartment very much. But the landlady, after hearing their names, Mr. and Mrs. Ansari, refused to give her apartment on rent to them. Why? Mr. and Mrs. Ansari wanted to know the reason that this you told them that this is on rent, and uh, we are able to give you money. Then also you are refusing to us to give money. Then she made an excuse that you are Mr. and Mrs. Ansari, and you can eat non-vegetarian, and in our whole building there is no such non-vegetarian. Mr. and Mrs. Ansari and property dealer was very surprised because they can smell a fish being cooked in on neighbor house. This is such a big uh, big excuse that they could ever hear. So they went to the apartment, and there they had to listen the same excuse because of their uh, religion, that if that they are Mr. and Mrs. Ansari, they must eat non-veg also. After a couple of now finally the property dealer advised them to change their names to Mr. and Mrs. Ansari to Mr. and Mrs. Kumar. But Mr. and Mrs. Ansari refused this because this is against their dignity. That for buying a house on rent, they have to change their name, they have to change their religion to buy a house on rent. It took a whole month for them uh, to buy a house on rent. After a landlady, a good lady, gave them a house on rent. Guys, till now we have studied that it is the caste, it is the religion, it is the status. These are the things that are responsible for inequality in India. Om Prakash Valmiki and Mr. and Mrs. Ansari do not deserve such type of inequality. When people are treated unequally, their dignity is violated. उनको बहुत तकलीफ पहुंचती है. The dignity of Kantabai, the dignity of Om Prakash Valmiki, and the dignity of Mr. and Mrs. Ansari was highly violated. As a child, Om Prakash Valmiki cannot do anything for himself. It was his father who stood against him, who confronted the teachers for being doing this, for being made him sweeping the whole school, sweeping the whole class and windows. And uh, it and Om Prakash Valmiki was treated differently from the other students of his class. It was his dignity it was his dignity was being hurt very poorly. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Ansari, the property dealer, the time when the property dealer suggest them to change their names. It was against their self-respect, against their dignity that made him to do so. So guys, these were the different types of inequalities that exist in India. Om Prakash Valmiki and Mr. and Mrs. Ansari should not be treated like this. They also deserve the same respect, the same dignity as everyone else. So guys, that's all for today. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye, take care, and thanks for watching.